Hey, this is Scott Jones coming to you with another installment of Magic 101. My subscribers, I apologize. I have been going through it. I have been battling an attack of gout and trying to get things arranged with this new job and making sure I get paid. You know, as in art and life sometimes gets in the way. But I am here and I'm here to continue our talks on magic. So if it be your will, give me your ear. Last time we talked about words of power. And what was it that I told you? Evocation, word, my experience. Hopefully my delay and my delinquency has given you time to gather your objects and your pictures and to practice the word of power by looking at that picture, that familiar object, concentrating on it, and speaking evocation, word, my experience, and having these feelings and things come to you and getting to the point where you can mention that word of power, imagine that object, and then those energies come from inside you, a type of psychological evocation, if you will. Okay, you had a couple of weeks to do that. Now, this is the next phase. Many of you are practicing magicians or aspiring magicians. And in the course of that, you have developed links with entities and beings. You've gathered pictures. You've gathered images of them, you know. You've gotten yourself familiar to looking at images of them. Well, now I want you to gather the images of the entities and the forces you've been working with, the symbols, according to your magical system. Concentrate on it and speak evocation, word, my experience. And now see what comes to you. You'll find forces arising in your soul that correspond to the symbols and the entities that you've been working with. Now your magic goes to the next level, but be careful. Depending on the entity or the angel or the demon or the loa or whatever you're working with, there will be a corresponding psychological state arising within you. You understand? So be careful what you stir up. But the words of power will help you. Whenever you want to get into a certain state of mind, word, evocation, my experience, and then you visualize the image or the symbol, the thing you want to get in contact with. That's why they call them words of power. And with them, you can work your magic, get yourself in a state of mind quicker. And this is how it helps your ritual. Once you know what words of power work for you, you can arrange images and symbols in such a way to say, okay, at the opening of the ritual, I'll say this, because I know that word of power will get me in a certain state of mind. And then from there, I'll use this symbol or this picture and say the word of power that matches that. And then that'll get me in a state of mind. And step A, B, C, D, so on and so on. Words of power are great. They can be used for set ritual or they can be used on the spot. Whenever you know you're in a situation and you need a particular type of magical force, you visualize what you want to evoke, and then word, power, my experience. You understand? Because, you know, it may be times when you don't have the resources or the space or the time to make up a ritual or an elaborate type of thing. You need that magic right then and there. So once you get the words of power down, then, man, I tell you, it's a big step, because then you're able to control the psychological forces within you. And then from there, you can control forces outside of you. Real magic, you understand? Well, I wanted to hit you with that. And of course, as you know, as things get smoother for me, I'll get more videos to you. And we're going to go not only from words of power, now we're going to get into, of course, more of the four elements and more about Wicca and Voodoo and Kabbalah. We'll get into all that. But I wanted to give you those words of power first because they're key. They give you control. And as you know, the more control a magician has, the more power he or she has. Well, this is Scott Jones, and I'll talk to y'all later.